Have you ever ignored your dog just for a few minutes? Maybe you were on your phone, maybe you were tired, or maybe you just didn't feel like responding. But have you ever stopped and wondered what your dog actually thinks in that moment? Before we go further, I want you to do something real quick. Drop a comment below. How does your dog react when you ignore them? Do they walk away? Or do they try even harder? Because what looks like a small moment to you might mean something completely different to them. Your dog walks up to you, tail wagging, eyes soft. They're looking for connection. You glance at them and then look away. No words, no touch, no acknowledgement. And in that silence, something begins to change. At first, they don't understand. They tilt their head. Maybe they step closer. Maybe they nudge your hand. Because in their world, you are everything predictable. You are routine. You are safety. You are attention. So when that attention suddenly disappears, it doesn't just feel like nothing. To them, it feels like something is wrong. Not loud, not dramatic, but quiet and confusing. In that confusion, that's where the story really begins. What your dog feels in that moment isn't random. It's deeply connected to how their brain is wired. Studies in animal psychology, especially those conducted by researchers like Gregory Burns at Emory University, have shown that a dog's brain responds to human interaction in ways remarkably similar to ours. Using MRI scans, scientists discovered that the part of a dog's brain linked to emotion and reward, the caudate nucleus, activates strongly when they receive attention from their owner. In simple terms, your attention is not just something they enjoy, it's something their brain depends on. So when you ignore them, that expected reward suddenly disappears. This creates a gap between expectation and reality, something psychologists call a prediction error. And that gap triggers stress, not panic, but a subtle form of emotional discomfort. That's why some dogs will try harder, pawing, whining, following you around. They're not being needy, they're trying to restore a broken pattern. Other dogs do the opposite. They slowly walk away, lay down, become quiet. Not because they don't care, but because they've learned their effort isn't working. Over time, repeated moments like this can shake behavior. A dog that's often ignored may become more anxious or more withdrawn because in their mind, the connection becomes uncertain. And for an animal that relies on consistency, uncertainty changes everything. But here's the part most people don't realize. Your dog doesn't measure time the way you do. They don't think, oh, my owner is busy right now. They only understand what they feel in the moment it happens. So when you ignore them, even briefly, it can feel longer than it really is. Not in minutes, but in emotion. And yet, despite all of that, they keep coming back. They try again. They wait again. They hope again. Because to them, you are still the center of their world. Every look, every touch, every small moment of attention, it builds their sense of safety, their sense of trust, their sense of belonging. So the next time your dog walks up to you, pause for just a second. Look at them. Acknowledge them. Because to you, it might be small, but to them, it's everything. If this made you see your dog a little differently, take a moment to like this video and share your experience in the comments. And if you want to understand your dog on a deeper level, don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes the quietest behaviors tell the loudest stories.